Uh, well, it's actually quite an honor to be invited to talk with all of you. I, when this was proposed, I was getting a lot of negative comments about it. People don't like change sometimes, but I was really putting thinking about pedestrians first, and then thinking about bikes. I'm perfectly comfortable crossing the street, but I have people in my family who get very nervous crossing very broad streets like this. So when I brought this up to my wife, my kids, they immediately thought this was what a great idea. And also I grew up in this neighborhood on Regent Street, just a ways down that way. I always tell my kids I used to walk and bike to work uphill both directions. But crossing Segoe, I did that for 3 years. Every morning, every afternoon, I would cross Segoe. So I knew how difficult it was. This is back 30, 40 years ago. But having something like this would have been great for crossing. And so just having this one section here, I'm hearing already from parents how they feel safer having their kids bike on like this. The thought was I would slowly, when the opportunity came up, because I've been in this neighborhood for so long, I forgot that there was that right along here is actually a river under.
Yes.
So I was saying, as one way to slow down traffic, why don't we plant some trees in the middle of the road? And they were saying, well, Alder, that's we can't because there's the river. Yeah. So looking at ways to kind of do traffic calming and slowing things down. Since I couldn't do the trees, I was thinking, when we had the opportunity to dig up all of the culverts, this was a perfect opportunity to start to rethink how we do streets. This part of District 11 is probably the highest density of all of District 11. It's also, and it was designed that way. This is back 70 years ago when they were looking at the city and the university were kind of laying its whole area out. They designed this entire area around the automobile. And I do a book club, and actually Robbie was there where we were talking about this. This whole area was designed around the automobile. And you can see that in the two-car garages. You can see that the way how broad the streets are, and then all the parking lots and the lack of and we actually talked about that too. That the windy roads, they thought that was a way to make the streets safer and actually allow people to go faster, the curve. But where all the parking lots were in District 11, if you look around, we're now seeing housing. And so I keep saying we're doing housing for people instead of housing for cars. So we're seeing a lot of density in this area, and there's a photographer a map maker who has an exhibit in Segoe right now. And he did a map on the 15-minute city, and I bought it. And I ran into him at one of the farmers markets. So I bought that map from him. But this area is identified as one of the 15-minute cities in Madison. And the whole concept of a 15-minute city is you can get anywhere you want by walking or biking within 15 minutes. And there's only 4 15-minute cities in Madison. Of course, downtown here, south side, and way out more out on the east side. So that's actually going to be another book club discussion. And this section here is I'm seeing as really rather significant, because when we were talking about not only North Segoe, we were also redesigning Sheboygan. So Sheboygan, we removed parking from Sheboygan so that we could get cars, the bus, and bikes through without the cars there. So when we were looking at this section, this worked out very well because we have a combination. We didn't remove all the parking, but we didn't make the cars the focus of the street. And so by having the bikes, then the parking, and then the cars, we're making this a lot safer. And I say this is kind of significant because I really see this as kind of a model for how, when we have an opportunity to rethink our streets. And why I think it's important that the city invested in this particular area, not just with the bus rapid transit, but now also with buffered bike lanes, is that right over there we have the Wisconsin Department of Transportation. So every day,
you're educating me.
Yeah, these people are going to be either walking, biking, taking the bus, or maybe driving. But seeing examples of a model of how other parts of the city, other parts of the state look. So I think we're really at kind of a crossroads, and I'd say not only a crossroads in physically in the infrastructure we're building, but also a crossroads in the way people are starting to rethink about their neighborhoods and their streets. So yeah, I'm very excited about all the changes, and I'm hoping to see more of this kind of reimagining our streets here in District 11 and also in the rest of the city. So thank you for inviting me.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh,
Are we going to do it right here?
do you want to do it? Facing this way. How do you want to do it? You want to carry one?